All right. Welcome everybody to our call tonight. We are so excited to do this tonight for you. I think that all of you were invited here by a friend that is using and loving Plexus. And so that is what we are here to talk about. I think for myself, before I really looked at Plexus, I didn't know anything about gut health, and I didn't even know Plexus addressed gut health. So it was a very big learning curve for me. The funnest part for me has been the stories of seeing people's lives change. So first off, let me introduce myself. My name is Kara Allen, and I've been using Plexus for about 3 years. And before I started using Plexus, my hormones were in the tank. I felt miserable. I had PMS all the time. Welcome, Aubrey, because
Hi.
my hormones were a mess. I'd actually just gone to a hormone doctor because I just felt off, and I had a period that was a month long. And so I knew something was wrong, right? So I went and I'd had all of my labs tested, and they came back normal. They were in the low range, but normal. And I was 34 at the time. And so the doctor was like, well, I don't know what to do with you. You're really young for hormone replacement therapy, but I know you feel awful. And I said, well, let me think about it. Well, I had also just booked this impromptu surprise trip out to Minnesota to go see my sister, who had just moved there. She was a little homesick, and I thought I'd go surprise her. Well, when I went out there to surprise her, I found a couple things that were really surprising to me. One, if you knew my sister at all, she's addicted to Coke. She loves her Coke. It's always around her house. It's everywhere. I remember being in college, and she would wake up and take a warm swig of Coke and go back to sleep. Like it was just on her bedside table, and it was her water. It was her bread and butter. She took it all the time. So when I first got out there to visit her, no Coke. And I thought, wow, that's really surprising. The second thing I noticed was that she was awake with her kids. She wasn't sleeping in all the time, and she was pretty happy. Well, my sister has also struggled with anxiety and depression all of her life, and has used medication to help balance that for her. And it's been very helpful for her, but she's also felt like she lived in a fog a lot of the time. So anyway, she was happy and alert and had energy. And so I said, finally, what are you doing? You're not even the same person. And so she said, I'm using this stuff called Plexus. Do you know what it is? And I said, oh, I've heard of that. Yep, 2 years ago, I heard about that. It's just one of those quick fix weight loss things. I don't believe in those. I still don't. So I'm grateful Plexus is not that. And she said, nope, it's not that at all. It's all about gut health. And I said, well, tell me more. So as I started to look into it more, I thought maybe this could help my hormones. And so I said, sign me up. Well, 3 weeks in, I had a regular period, and I was hooked. I said, that is like good enough proof for me. So I kept at it. I started to have more energy. I started to feel rested when I woke up in the morning. I felt like sleep was actually working, whereas before I would need 2 naps a day no matter how much sleep I got. And I was still irritable and cranky and needed sugar just to make it through the day. At 7 months in, I started to have a pain-free period. And then at 14 months in, my secret wish of getting pregnant came true. And I was able to get pregnant with my sweet little baby girl, who is now just over a year. And it was my best pregnancy ever. She is still my best pooper. All my babies are C-section babies. They're all bottle-fed, formula-fed babies. So they've all struggled with constipation. But with her, my pregnancy was a dream. I remember in like my 12th month of being pregnant that I would fall into bed and I could still roll over. Do you guys who have had babies know what that feels like, that last month where you just like are a beached well? You fall into bed, whatever position you hit the bed in, that is where you're staying. But not with that last pregnancy. I just didn't feel squished in my own skin. So anyway, and then after I had her, she got the gut health that I'd been working on. She inherited that from me, and so she is my best, healthiest baby by far. She does not struggle with constipation at all like my other kiddos. So anyway, that's a little bit of my story and what Plexus has done for me. I just want to talk about 2 products really quick that were 2 of the 4 I started on. So I started on what we call our pink drink. There's 2 different flavors, and all you do is mix them up with water and take it in the morning. Just drink it. And these target hormones. So that was one of the things that really balanced my hormones so that I could even get pregnant. They help with energy, with sleep, and with mood. And then the next thing I started on was the X Factor multivitamin. This vitamin is the only vitamin I've ever felt like it works. This vitamin is methylated. That means it's absorbable. So for example, it has folate instead of folic acid. It has all the real stuff in there. So it's really absorbable. And then it also has aloe. And aloe is sticky. Any of us that have used aloe on our skin, we all know that it heals things, right? Well, it does the same thing in your gut. It will go through and it will kind of attach to everything because it's sticky, and it escorts it through your gut and helps it to be absorbed 300% better. And so this is one of the favorite products that I started on. I feel like it increases results because you absorb everything better. So with that, I'm going to turn some time over to my beautiful friend Aubrey. She has an amazing story to tell us. She's out there in the beautiful Utah weather, it looks like. So Aubrey, take it away. She's going to tell us her story and talk to us about BioCleanse and ProBio 5.
Yes, and I'm laughing, Kara, because we've talked about how we sometimes get ready at like 4:30 p.m. for the day so that when our husbands come home, we look presentable. Clearly, my husband is out of town, and I didn't do that today because I went running at 7 and then I still haven't showered. So
you look
this
beautiful.
is what you get. My story starts when I was little. It's super long, and the short version of it is basically like I had digestive issues my whole life since I was in like first grade. Chronic constipation, severe chronic constipation. Like I would go 7 to 10 days without pooping, and that was like totally normal. Severe bloating and gas like all the time. I also had anxiety and fatigue even as a kid. Like I had chronic fatigue and sugar cravings like crazy. And then I'm going to fast forward through my high school and college years and the first part of motherhood to after I had my second baby. I had 28 different health issues that I was dealing with silently. And some of like, in addition to the 4 that I mentioned, I also had migraines a lot, and brain fog. And when you have those 2 things, you think you have brain cancer. And when you have those 2 things plus anxiety, you really think you have brain cancer. I had chronic strep and sinus infections like 6 times a year. I would get strep. Diet Coke addiction. I actually had an umbilical hernia and went to the ER because of my stomach issues. Like the bloating caused an umbilical hernia. And then I had also 2 kids who there was so much imbalance in my body that my first 2 babies, like Kara was saying, like they just inherit what we have going on. And so I had a bunch of crap going on, and they were born with a ton of issues. My daughter had chronic UTIs since she was 6 months old. And then my son had like chronic constipation super bad like I had. And then I had been silently watching my friend Brooke post about her Plexus stuff. And I was like, I'm too healthy for her vitamins. Cause I was doing all the things that you should do. I was eating super clean, gluten-free, dairy-free, plant-based, organic. Like I even went raw vegan and still didn't poop. That's not normal. And like drinking water. I've always been an athlete. And I was supplementing too. I was taking pretty expensive supplements, and like what else could I have been doing? And I felt like crap and had 28 issues going on. So I was kind of stubborn at first, but then I tried Plexus after visiting the ER and being like, okay, I need to do something different. And within like a couple of weeks, I was pooping normally for the first time in my life, got rid of all my laxative products. That was amazing. But I just started on these 2 products that I'm going to talk about, the ProBio and the BioCleanse. I was like, I can't afford the pink drink. Just make me poop. That's all I want. And so I just started on those 2 for like a couple of months. And then my friend Brooke convinced me to try the pink drink. And when I added in the pink drink, my results went from great and life-changing, because when you have constipation and you can finally poop, that is life-changing. But it went from great to like my whole life, all 28 symptoms over the course of a year went down to a number of 0. And that was miraculous for me. So I want to talk about the 2 products I started with. First is the ProBio. This is probably my favorite product of them all. It's a probiotic, but it's more than just a probiotic. So it has 5 strains of probiotic in it that are dehydrated, which is important because that ensures that they're going to get to your gut. They're not going to burn up in your stomach acid or in your mouth. But what it has that other probiotics don't have in the same capsule is a digestive enzyme. Well, actually several digestive enzymes and an antifungal. And why that's important is because of Candida yeast. So the enzymes break down the shell of Candida yeast, and then the antifungal, which is grapeseed extract, goes in and kills it. But it can't be killed if it still has its shell. So this is like magic. I love this one because I had like mega Candida overgrowth. The other one that I love that helped me poop was BioCleanse. This is mostly magnesium plus vitamin C, and it just helps you be regular. And I was on a call, or I was watching a video about these two, and someone explained them like a husband and wife. And they're supposed to be like, they're married, they're supposed to be together forever. And it's so true, because this one packages up your waste and takes it to the curb, and then this one, the BioCleanse, is like the garbage truck that comes and picks it up and takes it away and eliminates it for you. So those are my favorite products. And who's next?
Sorry, I was getting blasted with messages and I was trying to
I know, me too.
get rid of them.
Trying to swipe them up.
Okay, so I love Aubrey's story. I love that she can poop. Yes, we talk about poop with Plexus all the time. It's how you know how well you're doing in life, and it's not TMI here. So love your story. Thank you, Aubrey. Okay, we're going to turn some time over to Tanil. She has a fabulous story about mental health, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about lean, Metaburn, and block. Go for it, Tanil.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm Tanil Ray. I live in Utah with my husband and our daughter, and I started Plexus just over 3.5 years ago. And my entire purpose in starting was to lose weight. That's all I figured was wrong with me. I was always exhausted and generally anxious, but I thought that that was normal. I was a mom. I was working full time. I worked nights as a server, and so exhausted was kind of my normal. But I wanted to lose weight. I'd always struggled with my weight. So when my friend posted about the fact that she lost weight when she started Plexus, I was like, well, yeah, okay, I'll try it. And about a week in, my husband went to my daughter. He was not happy that I started. We couldn't afford it, but I did it anyway. And so he was kind of checking up on me behind my back. You know, he went to our daughter and said, how's mommy doing? She was 5 at the time. And she said, mommy's a happy mommy now, and then walked away. And I didn't realize until that moment how much more was going on with me than I even knew. And I had been in therapy for about 2 years at this point. And I thought, sorry, my phone's doing things. I thought that was all that I needed, was if I could just lose weight, everything would be fine. I'd be happy, everything would be great. But after a week on the products, my mood had improved. And a couple months in, I started feeling different. I felt light. I felt, and not weight light, just light. And the dark, heavy feelings that I had always had my entire life were gone. And I was really confused because I had never felt like that before. So I went to my doctor and said, hey, I don't know what's going on. I'm okay with it. It's a good thing, but I'm really confused right now. And she said, holy cow, you have been dealing with severe anxiety and depression for your entire life, and no one ever caught it, because it started when I was about 6, between 6 and 7. And in just 3 months, the anxiety was completely gone. My depression was completely gone, things that I didn't know I was struggling with. And slowly over the next 3 years, my body started to heal, and I was able to start losing weight. And I'm continuing to lose weight, which is really nice. And when I added in the lean, the Metaburn, and the block, things really started to pick up in the weight loss department, which I didn't even care about anymore because I was finally happy. And you cannot imagine how much of a difference that makes until you go from being completely unhappy and not realizing it to being genuinely happy. So the lean is an amazing meal replacement product that we have. And I swore after high school and doing Slim Fast for 2 years that I probably shouldn't say the actual thing, but sorry. After doing that for 2 years, I swore I would never use a meal replacement product again, because they didn't taste good. They were full of horrible things, artificial sweeteners, a lot of them just pure sugar, chemicals and things that your body can't even process. But you lose weight because there's no calories, right? I hated them, was never going to do it again. And then Plexus came out with the lean. There are 3 flavors, a whey version. So it comes from non-GMO, not GMO, that's the hormones. I can't think of the hormone now. So they're hormone-free milk is where the whey comes from. And it's a milk chocolate and a creamy vanilla. And my favorite is to take a scoop of each and mix them together. It's yummy. And then a vegetarian version that's non-GMO, and it is made with pea proteins. So pea proteins and rice and ancient grains are what make up the protein. And they both include digestive enzymes to help your body digest and absorb the proteins and the vitamins and minerals that you're getting. And they both contain 24 bioavailable, so the version that your body can absorb of the vitamins and minerals. It's a complete meal, which is great because the others I was always hungry after, and I'm not with these. I can go just my regular day. Metaburn is the next product that I have absolutely loved. It has so many amazing ingredients, but I'm just going to talk about a couple. There are 4 ingredients that help with your mood, your energy, and your mental alertness. And if you want the full ingredients, we can totally get those to you, but they help with mental alertness and mood. And you'd think, well, my mood was already so much better. It's even better now with all of that. And then it has 2 ingredients that help to rev up your metabolism. And these are all from plants. They're plant-based ingredients. And the one actually takes your stored fat and helps convert it, like the stubborn belly and hip fat, helps convert it into fuel without damaging your muscles and your muscle mass, which is key to losing weight, maintaining muscle mass and burning fat. So that's the Metaburn. And then the Block is an amazing product that helps to block up to 48% of the carbohydrates that you eat. So you don't have to feel like you never get to have those indulgent fun meals like birthday cake, or you want pasta one night. You can totally do that and stay on plan and continue to reach your goals with the Block. And it works by neutralizing the enzymes in your body that convert the carbohydrates to glucose. So it doesn't get stored, which means you don't have the extra fat hang on from those indulgent meals. And they've been amazing products, and I take them regularly, and they help with so many different things.
Love it. Thank you so much. Metaburn is one of my favorite add-on products right now. So Slim, BioCleanse, and ProBio 5 are what we call the triplex, and they are foundational. They are the base that everybody should really start on to work on hormone balance, gut health, and inflammation. And then the other products we're talking about tonight are just a couple of our add-on products that will speed up results in certain areas. And so Lean, Metaburn, and Block are great ones to speed up results in the weight loss department. Lori is now going to share her story with us and tell us a little about Ease, which is another add-on product that targets inflammation. So take it away, Lori.
Okay, sorry, couldn't unmute myself. So my story is a little bit different. Well, everybody's got their own story and everybody's different. So I actually had looked into gut health before Plexus and talked to a friend of mine that was a registered dietitian because my kids were having stomach issues, missing school and having those kinds of issues. And so I wanted to see what I could do to help them. And I was kind of doing the kombucha, kefir, fermented food kind of route with things. And I couldn't handle the taste of most of those. So it wasn't really successful for me, but I knew that it was important. I knew that gut health was important. And so I was doing that, and then actually started Plexus to lose some weight. And I didn't lose a whole lot of weight to start with. But as I learned about the gut health benefits, I knew that it was something that I needed to take long term. And eventually I did lose weight. I've lost about 50 pounds over the last 3 years. So that's very exciting for me. The benefits of the gut health were really important to me, and I knew that these were products that needed to be taken long term to help prevent future things. I felt fairly healthy. But I turned 50 last year, and some of the things that I was experiencing were things that I didn't realize were issues. I just thought that they were part of getting older. So things like my joints aching. I work at a job that I sit down in front of a computer most of the day, and I don't move around. So then when I would get up to move, I took a few steps to get going because my joints were achy. But I just thought that was part of getting older. Seasonal allergies, something that I've always had, hay fever, itchy, dry heels and feet, just things that like most of us have that we don't realize are health issues that we just think are part of life. But as I started taking Plexus, I saw those things go away. I haven't had to take an allergy pill. I haven't had a cold or anything. I haven't had to take a sick day. Like my immune system has improved greatly. And those are just things that I didn't realize were health issues, but I have seen improvement on since I've been taking Plexus. And then about a year into taking my products, I've been taking them for 3 years now, I started taking Ease, which is the product that I'm going to talk about. So Ease, we have capsules and a cream. And these have been life-changing for me and helped with things that I didn't even realize I was dealing with. I wish I could show you my pictures from when I started taking Ease to now, but you can see a huge difference. And I think most people that take it can tell you that they see a huge difference in their face. And as that inflammation goes away, they see a huge difference in their looks as well as how they feel. I don't have those achy joints anymore. I can get down on the floor and play with my grandbaby. I can get up from my chair and walk to answer the door or grab something and not have to take 3 or 4 steps slowly to get my joints moving again. So that's been huge for me. So just a little bit about these. The capsules have the 2 main ingredients in it are turmeric and green-lipped mussel. Turmeric needs a fat to help deliver it to your system, and that's why the green-lipped mussel is in the capsules. That's the fat that helps deliver it to your system so that your system can absorb it and so that you see that reduction in inflammation. The cream is aloe-based, and it's great. I broke my arm about 2 years ago. I tripped when I was out walking. Broke my arm, and this was huge for me to just rub on my arm at night before I go to bed, because I had it in a cast that was stretching my elbow back out to get it to where I could straighten my arm. And it was great. This was a lifesaver for me to be able to not have that pain as I slept at night. And like I said, it is aloe-based, so it is absorbable by your body. Absorbable, is that a word? It's easily absorbed by your body. So anyway, these are 2 of my favorite products. There's been a few times when I have run out of Ease, and it's not a good thing. My bones ache when I wake up in the morning from sleeping in the same position all night, and I can tell a huge difference in my joints after not being on it for a few days. So one of my favorites, in addition to the triplex. And that is all I have for tonight.
Thank you so much, Lori. Ease is one of my favorites too. It's one that I will get kind of complacent on and think, I'm good now. Maybe I could cut that one out. And I cut it out like Lori says, and all my aches and pains come back after I work out. Anytime I work out, I will be super achy and sore, above and beyond a normal workout. My knees will feel swollen and stuff if I'm not taking my Ease. And the Ease is helping with my own insulin resistance and my weight loss, because a lot of us store inflammation in our fat. And so if you can break that out with the Ease, then a lot of us start to see some weight loss there too. So congrats on your weight loss. That's awesome, Lori. Okay, so one of the things that I found most surprising when I started Plexus was, one, that it wasn't a quick fix weight loss thing. Two, that it helped with gut health. But three, that as I shared my story more and more with people, I found that everybody was walking around feeling awful and nobody was talking about it. And the more I shared my story, the more Plexus started to compensate me for that. And I started to be able to create a little bit of income on the side that has blessed our family in ways I never foresaw. I just wanted to feel better. I just wanted to not have a month-long period. So Shay's going to give us a little bit of her story tonight on the other side of Plexus and how much it has helped her with that side.
Hi, thank you. Hey, so I, as far as like the business goes, I was not looking for anything business-wise at all. I had just had my 6th baby. He was 6 weeks old when I had hit the join button on Plexus, because I was looking for weight loss. I was looking for some energy, just as we all are looking for something to help with our health. And so doing a business was definitely the last thing on my mind. But I naturally share things with my friends. And so that was something that I, like from day one, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, you've got to check out this stuff. It's so cool. It's great. I feel awesome. And then I found that other people were, feeling the same way. And so like Kara said, as I shared my story, I found that others were feeling the same way. And it was really easy to open up with others and be able to help them. And in doing that, it's been able to provide my family with some of those extras that we maybe wouldn't have been able to do on a regular basis. But not only that, like financially, but also just with the community that the business of Plexus brings. It's been an amazing community to be a part of, and I love the unity that also is provided by this opportunity to be with so many like-minded people that are so helpful to help lift up, spiritually, physically, emotionally, just overall health. But it kind of takes it to the next level, I guess. And so yeah, like we've been able to be blessed financially with this opportunity just because I wanted to feel better. I shared my story and found that others were kind of in the same boat that I was. And so it just kind of unfolded that in that way. And the more that I've learned about gut health and the importance of supplementation along with a healthy diet and exercise, it's kind of become my passion to help others find that for themselves as well. So, yeah.
Thank you, Shay. I love that. Funny story, me and Tanil was my sister's roommate in college, and I never really knew her until 3 years ago when I started Plexus through my sister, who had started with Tanil. And now me and Tanil are besties. We talk every day. I can't even imagine my first 34 years of life without Tanil. She has become one of my dearest friends, and that only happened by her reaching out through Plexus to help me and my sister. So I'll forever be so grateful for that. I love the community we have here at Plexus of, like Shay said, women lifting other women and men up. most women are looking for a place to belong. Not only do we want to be healthy, but we just want to belong. And you will not find more happy, uplifting, motivating, inspiring women than you will here in our Plexus community. So I'm so grateful for the stories that were all shared tonight. They're some of my favorites, and I just love how when you target those 3 root issues of blood sugar balance, gut health, and inflammation, you can start to reverse so many different health issues that we all have going on from the Western lifestyles that we all live. So depending on who brought you here, you can get with your friend that brought you, who told you about these products. And anytime you start Plexus, you get to start with what we call a welcome pack. And those welcome packs are chock full of 7 to 8 products that you can test out and find the ones that you're going to fall in love with. It's usually Triplex plus something. So maybe it's Triplex plus Ease. I started on Triplex and X Factor. Other people might start on Triplex and Metaburn, but Triplex is foundational and the others are add-ons that just speed up results in those areas. So talk to your friend that introduced you to Plexus, ask your questions, let them help you. They can tell you a welcome pack that will fit your needs so that you can get the results that you want the fastest and the best. Just remember that gut health is slower. It's not like a quick fix prescription that's going to give you immediate results at the cost of something else. It's going to target healing from the inside out. It's going to take some time to reverse the train that you've been on and redirect the train the other way. That takes some time, but just talk to them and ask your questions and they can help you to get started with the pack that will help you the most. We're so grateful that you guys could tune in tonight. I know we've been at our 30-minute limit. I don't want to keep you any later, so we will let you go. But thanks again for coming, and have a great night, guys.